you'll get the American dream. Nah, bro, like, nah. I have many questions. I don't understand the big hype of Hamilton. But this was... So, I recorded this video like a couple hours day after I watched In the Heights. Did not know we were gonna have this controversy, y'all. I was pretty like ignorant to anything about Washington Heights. I really don't know that much about New York. I'm not from New York, so I was just like, oh, this is just, just a regular movie. It flew right over my head. I did my research. Mr. Lin-Manuel, you're out of control. It's really not Lin-Manuel. I don't really know. Lin-Manuel, however you pronounce it, sorry. But it's really not him, it's the casting directors, and they really should have looked at, who actually lives in Washington Heights. It's not just some random place that they made up. Like, this is an actual place with actual Afro-Latina people. So I just want to say, before we get into the video, I didn't know all that when I recorded the video. If I had to go back, I definitely, I wouldn't have appreciated it as much as I did. I still think it's a really good movie, but that was just a big oversight that they missed. It's literally the biggest one, because I saw the pictures of Washington Heights, and there are a lot of dark-skinned people. It's not like a few. It's like the majority of them are Afro-Latina. So for them to miss that is kind of a slap in the face. And then there's a lady, I'll put the video in here, but there's a lady acting crazy, saying some crazy stuff. So I just want to say, I don't agree with her. I promise I don't agree with her. I just want to let y'all know, I didn't know when I watched it. I was just like, this is a good musical, bro. This is a good musical. So with that warning, let's get into the video. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Chantel. Okay, so I just watched In the Heights on hbomax. First of all, let me just say, the advertising for this movie was definitely, they had a budget, not only for the movie, but for the advertising, because I saw it everywhere. Almost like every YouTube video I watched, it was Oprah yelling about it. So I was like, okay, let me see what this movie's about. And I know that it's a play and they adapted it into a movie. So I was like, you know what? Let's see what it's about. I watched Hamilton when it came out on Disney Plus. I did not like Hamilton. I just thought it was I know it's a musical, but it was way too much singing. Like, the whole time it was singing, no regular talking. I did not like Hamilton. So my expectations were low for In the Heights. In the Heights was so good, though. It was so good. The music, the story, the characters, I don't know, it was just so colorful too. It's just so nice to see other people's stories, and it was just fun. It was happy. It was long, and it went through a lot of topics. I think there's a lot going on, but it just meshed together so well. So yeah, I'm about to talk about In the Heights because I just thought it was amazing. Let's get into Anthony. Is it Anthony? Yeah, Anthony Ramos. Yes. Why don't I ever know the name of people? Yes, Anthony Ramos. I have words because he, first of all, I really like Usnavi, the character. He's just so handsome. Those boys who are cute. Anthony Ramos is one of those boys. You don't hear about him the Michael B. Jordan, the Denzel Washington's son. You don't really, or the guy from, what's his name? The guy from Snowfall, Damon. It's just you don't really hear about him like that. But I think Anthony Ramos needs to be talked about. He's handsome. He's cute. And then also he played kind of a dorky. It was so cute because he was when he did the thing on the freezer door to get to Vanessa. I don't know. I thought Vanessa and Usnavi was the typical enemy. Well, they weren't really enemies. Like awkward. Like the standoffish girl falls. What is that trope called? Like the standoffish girl falls for the guy, and he's like really awkward and dorky. I don't know whatever that is. Like the Kim Possible thing. You know, Kim and Ron. No. Whatever that trope is, that's what they were doing. Like, you know, it was cool. I really like Miss Nina and Benny. They were so cute together. And my thing is, when we get to the end of the story, so I was confused. Like, do Benny and Nina stay together? Like, I know she went back to Stanford, but they really only talked about Usnavi and Vanessa at the end. Like, we saw them at the end. They had a baby. You know, they got married. They stayed in the Heights. But, like, I have many questions. Did Nina come back? Is Benny still there? Are they together? How's Sunny doing? Like, when it ended, I was like, wait. I have so many questions. Like, are these other kids maybe their kids? Like, you know, what's going on? Did Usnavi ever go to DR? I mean, just to visit. Like, what happened with his dad's place? Like, there's so many holes. And, I mean, we get the gist. Like, okay, you need to... Basically, the whole point of the story is, like, you can't run away from your home. So, we had Nina trying to run away to an apartment downtown to be a fashion designer. We had... Vanessa is the one who ran downtown. We had Nina, who went to Stanford, and she was like, you know what? I don't really know what home is. I'm a first-generation college student. And we know, like, that's a hard thing to deal with. And then we also have Usnavi, who literally came here when he was 9, and people are like, what do you know about DR? Like, you were there when you were 9. Those are the best times of your life. How is that the best times of your life? You were 9 years old. And he's just like, no, like, those are my people. I really want to, my dad's place, like, that is home. It's just like a question of, like, 1, who are you? 2, does your home, like, is home location, or is it people, or what, like, what is that? And then 3, you had, I don't remember the hairdresser's name, but you had the hairdresser, Nina's dad, like, being pushed out of their home because of the gentrification and them raising prices on their buildings, and they had to go to another side of town because all their customers are going out of town on the other side of town because they can't afford rent. So there's so many like levels to this thing, and it's like, what is home? Like, who am I? I think it was Nina who sang the song. It was like, I don't know who I am. I'm like, bro, girl, not in the same context, but I get you. Let me go to Nina real quick, because I think Nina was my favorite character. Just because I could relate, just being like a college student, and you know, everything's on your back as a first generation college student. Like, everybody's depending on you. The whole city, her whole town, in the Heights, like Washington Heights, in the Heights, was depending on her. And that's a lot. Like, that's a lot to deal with. Like, even her dad was like, you know what? You're doing this for me. And, you know, I didn't have opportunity to do this, so you should have opportunity to do this. And, like, I understand where the dad was coming from, and I also understand where Nina's coming from. Because, 1, she was saying how, you know, she went to a dinner for minorities only, and, you know, they gave her a plate like she was a waitress, which is nothing wrong with that, but, like, why would you just assume? And she just didn't know how to react, because what side does she choose? Then, which this part really blew me, because I know, like, this isn't just something that happens rarely. Like, I know this happens often, especially at, like, PWIs. They searched her bags and searched her whole room for her roommate's pearl necklace. Bro, that had me blown, because, like, first of all, it was in her bag. Second of all, bro, y'all would not have done that if that was somebody else. And that's all I'm gonna say. They would not have done that. And that's what Nina was saying. Like, it's really hard. Like, when you're not at school and you're not in that environment, you're just like, oh yeah, she's smart, like she can do it. But it's so much more than the academic part. And I think that's what she was trying to say. Like, one, she doesn't know what to do. Like, okay, yeah, I'm at Stanford, what am I going to do to help my people if I'm all the way across country? Two, imposter syndrome. Like, am I even meant to be here? Like, there's affirmative action. Like, is that why I got here? Or am I actually as smart as everybody thinks I am? I don't know. Nina was so complex, and I just loved it so much. I like how they told the story from, like, her point of view, but also showing, like, where she grew up and how she grew up, and, you know, like, the sequence where she was growing up as a kid. Like, I really enjoyed that. Wow, Nina really did what she had to do. Okay. Nina and Benny, I like their relationship a lot, because a lot of times, you know, when you go off to college, you break up with your boyfriend, or even, like, not even relationship status. If you even go with friends, like, when you are moving to California, you're not going to see your friends every day. They're living totally different lives. He was working at the radio station, or whatever I guess it's radio station, whatever it's called, with her dad. Like, when you're in college, you have a totally different life than somebody who's working. So, like, I understand why they didn't work out, but I don't know, like, again, like I said in the beginning, I don't know if they actually didn't work out, if that makes sense. But Benny was a cool character. Benny could sing. Like, out of all the singers, like, he was the best vocalist. Like, let's just say let's get into Vanessa. So we know she's a lot different than Nina. I would say they're both very hardworking and very determined, but they're both lost in different ways. So Vanessa's goal was really to get out of the heights. She was just tired of, I don't know if she was tired of living this way, but she really wanted better. Like, she wants to be a fashion designer, and she thinks that the only way to do that is to live downtown New York, get her apartment, you know, do the fashion stuff. Like, I'm assuming that's where the fashion stuff is. It's not in Washington Heights. So she wants to do that. She wants to get out, but every time she tried to get her apartment, they're like, oh, you have to have rent 40 times the rent. Like, bro, who has 40 times their rent? Like, most people don't even have 2-3 times their rent. Like, 40 times, like, are you kidding me? And I could just imagine in New York, it's just ridiculous. So, you know, there's a lot of barriers where, like, people are like, oh, just work hard and you'll be able to do it. There's barriers for Vanessa. There's barriers for Usnavi. There's barriers for Nina. There's certainly barriers for Sonny, because he couldn't even go to college without his green card, and that's a whole nother thing. Like, everybody says work hard. Oh, work hard, you'll get the American dream. Nah, bro, like, nah. Like, it's hard. Like, don't work hard. Like, it's not, I think when somebody said, like, in the movie, like, you can work hard all you want, but there's still gonna be rules and barriers where you can't do anything. I really like, but back to Vanessa. I really like Vanessa. She was funny to me. Like, she was, you know, the angsty girl, like the girl who's not like other girls. Like, she was that character. I liked her though. She was funny. I liked the scene where they were in the club, Usnavi and Vanessa were in the club, and she was dancing with all the guys, and he tried to dance with that girl, and she was like, he tried to dance with the girl, and then they tried to dance together, and Usnavi went to go get shots, and she was like, I cannot believe he's not spending time with me. Like, that's something I would do. Like, I spend the whole night with other people, and then as soon as I want attention from that person, I'm like, I know you did not just go get shots when I went to dance. Like, I get it. No, she was relatable. I put it that way. She was relatable. Mr. Usnavi. As we know, I love him. I liked his story. It was cool. I liked that he was, like, kind of like a father figure to Sonny, and, you know, a son to Abuela. Rest in peace, Abuela. Oh my. I almost cried. I was this close to crying during Abuela's part, because one, her story was really powerful. I really liked it. Two, it's abuela, like, and then she left the lottery ticket. Like, how precious is that? Like, that's so sweet. I forgot about the lottery ticket. Not gonna lie. I was like, what's this paper in here? What's this paper in here? But I liked the story was cute. The story was cute. And I'm glad Usnavi gay. I thought Usnavi, because that's how the story played out. Like, that's how I thought it was gonna play out. Like, I thought Usnavi was gonna open up his father's bar or restaurant, whatever it was, in the DR, because he was telling the story to his daughter and it looked like in the DR. So I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna do it. I thought the story was gonna end like Vanessa was gonna move to DR with them and he was gonna do all that with the lottery ticket. I was like, oh, happy ending. But it was an even better ending because Sonny is gonna get his prayers. Hopefully Sonny gets his green card. I wish they really like let us know, because it was kind of open-ended. It was very open-ended. But I'm so glad he gave him the lottery ticket, and it just fit Usnavi's character for being like super generous, super caring, super hardworking. It wasn't like super crucial to the plot, really. And his character was cool, but like he wasn't, let's be honest, he wasn't like somebody I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember Nina, Usnavi, Vanessa, basically. But I think something's important to note, that he was shaking the table at dinner. Like, why would you, at a family dinner, like, we're having a party, everybody's having a good time. Like, why do you think why did you think it was the appropriate time to bring up her dad talking to the lawyer? Like, he really shook up the table. Like, you really did not have to come here. Like, there was no lead up to it. There was no sugarcoating. He was like, so why were you talking to the lawyer? I was like, Benny, it is dinner time. It was funny, though. It was good. So, obviously, it's a musical. Got to talk about the dancing and the music scenes. I mean, come on. They had people dancing in the alley. They had the hair salon scene, which I thought was so good. They had the pool scene, the bar, the club scene, like all of them. I was just thinking, like, I watched it with my mom, and she's like, "Oh, I wonder how long they took to rehearse that." I'm like, "Yeah, there's like 500 people in each of these huge scenes." I think. I've watched a lot of musicals, but not that many. But I've never seen so many big scenes. And I haven't seen West Side Story, but my dad said, like, this is similar to West Side Story. He might just be, like, just talking. I don't know. But I have never seen that many, like, 500, like, not 500, but, like, maybe 100 people and, like, 5 big choreographed scenes. Like, that was a lot. I don't know, it was just a great movie, great music, great dancing, and it wasn't like, I think Hamilton, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think Hamilton was geared towards white audiences, and this was geared towards black and brown audiences, specifically brown audiences, because Hamilton just seemed corny to me. Like, it was just not giving. Like, it was just not it. It was not it. I don't understand the big hype of Hamilton. But this was telling stories in a way that wasn't like telling stories like I was in the story. It wasn't telling stories like I've never heard this story before. It was telling stories that I could relate to, that I could understand, even if I'm not Hispanic or Latina. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I get that, you know? Where Hamilton was like, this seems like a presentation, like a project. If that makes sense? I don't know. Maybe that's controversial. I don't care. In the Heights was an amazing movie. I would give it, this is probably the best movie I've seen this year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think of 2021. Like, I cannot think of another movie that made me happy. Like, it was a feel-good movie. Definitely a 9 out of 10. I wouldn't be surprised if it got a Tony or an Oscar. I don't know which one they would do for musicals, but yeah, it's a really good movie. I think the whole point of it is you don't have to. Home isn't a location, because we have Nina who found her way, and she's going to be even though she's not supporting specifically in the Heights, Washington Heights, but she's going to be helping kids like her and kids like Sunny. So that is kind of her home, her identity. She's still doing it. Then we have Vanessa, who wanted to get away from home. She thought that would be the best thing ever, and she realized home is with Ustavi. Home is love. Like, it's very much a Disney movie theme. Like, home is where the heart is. But I love Disney movie themes. Like, I love a good heartfelt movie because it reminds you what the important things are in life. And hey, you can't get that from Avengers, and you can't get that. Like, you can't get that from like these action movies. So I probably made so many people mad with Avengers, but I just really love the movie. I really want to go see it live, because I'm sure they probably cut some stuff out for the movie or added some stuff in, and I would love to see it live. But yeah, overall, I loved In the Heights. In Washington Heights, I'm gonna learn these songs, and I'm gonna learn the dances too. They were dancing, bro. Bro. Let me learn the dances. It's over for y'all. But I am so glad y'all watched my music video. My video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you loved In the Heights. If you hated In the Heights, let me know, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.